Aloha, my name is Suzanne Young, number 2701, also as Suzanne King. I am Native Hawaiian. My partner Tanbry and I have been together for 32 years. We have a 13-year-old daughter, and we're married in 2009 in Massachusetts. People say this issue can wait till 2014. It cannot. Every day without marriage equality, my family and many others are unprotected and not treated equally. I cover Tanbry and Shylar's medical through my company. When the Supreme Court ruled in June and the IRS confirmed our Massachusetts marriage, I received over $1,600 in pre-tax savings this year alone returned to me. This benefit was not only a financial benefit to me, but my company as well benefited from this. Unfortunately, other LGBT families cannot receive this benefit because Hawaii only has civil unions, which provide state benefits, not federal benefits. Passing SB1 this year ensures that families and employers get this benefit retroactively applied to January 1. Our family's been here every day listening to all these people criticize our family and our daughter. It's not kind, it's not Christian, it's cruel, and it's hurtful. It's also shameful that people who have come before you, who are attorneys, educators, and experts, are providing incorrect information. What I said in line to the people that were in front of us was that Native Hawaiians have nothing to worry about with regard to 572-C. It is absolutely incorrect that it will transfer Native Hawaiian ethnicity to children of same-sex couples. KSBE, DHHL, and OHA all require ethnicity to be verified through biological, blood, or natural parents. This information is readily available for the public on the websites. You have been misled. We need our federal rights. Please pass SB1. Mahalo.
Thank you very much. Next, please.
Aloha, legislators. My name is Shylar Young, and I am 13 years old. My parents are Tanbry and Suzanne Young. My moms have been together for 32 years.
Sorry, can you tell us your number, please?
Oh, my number is 2700.
Thank you.
They weren't granted the same benefits that are given to every other straight married couple. Our family had to pay $1,500 to the government this year. If you multiply that by the 4 years that I've been here with my moms fighting for our rights, that's $6,000. So what if their kids will have to learn and accepted in schools? Families like mine are already in our schools. Many people say that I will be weird, but I am a member of the Honor Society, have a 4.0 GPA, and my first film was in the Hawaii International Film Festival and is being considered for the New York Film Festival. It is the government's business to ensure our family is treated the same as all other governments, and that we are provided equal rights under the law as required by the U.S. Constitution. And so I ask you to support families like mine and to vote to pass marriage equality bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
Aloha, legislators. My name is Tanbry Young. I am the wife of Suzanne and mother of Shylar. Some of you know me, and I'm sure many of you know where I
give us your number,
2699.
Thank you.
Many of you know that, of course, I stand in strong support for this measure for families like mine and many others in the Hawaiian community, and I am Hawaiian, that won't come down here and testify for fear of a lot of what is being said about Hawaiians and about where this bill is coming from. It's important to look at, and I know that many of you legislators will and are looking at the bill and realize that it is about civil rights and the rights that need to be afforded to us under the Constitution. Yes, getting marriage here would allow us to get those federal benefits. Unfortunately, some of the religious exemptions aren't going to satisfy the religious community. But I think if you really read the bill, it allows them the right to not have to solemnize same-sex marriage within their church and not have to recognize that, but let's support those religious institutions that do allow for same-sex marriage. In closing, what I want to say is that I want to say thank you for those of you that will rise in support of this measure, this bill, because you can see how important and how families like mine need this. I also want to say thank you for those of you that will rise in support, but with reservations. I understand the pressure that you're under, but I know that you understand the rule and the laws. And I also want to thank those who will stand in strong or opposition to this bill, because you've given us all of us, the opportunity to express how we feel about this. Please support SB1 for my family. Thank you.
Very much. Excuse me. Next, please.
Okay, Representative Brower.
If I can ask a question of Suzanne King and Tanbry Young, whoever feels more qualified to answer the question, but if both of you can come forward. We could probably satisfy thousands of testifiers in the last few days and avoid a lot of conflict if we didn't call this union of a same-sex couple a marriage. And if we kept the biblical tradition for marriage between a man and a woman and a marriage for a same-sex couple, if we called it, for lack of a better name, like I can't believe it's not marriage, can you tell me why it's so important for you, if we could avoid the federal government question, why it needs to be called marriage? Why can't it be called Civil Unions 2.0?
Well, it can't be called anything but marriage for the federal benefit purpose.
But if we avoided the federal question, does it still need to be called marriage in your mind?
Well, I believe marriage, the idea of marriage is a state of mind for each individual person to be married, to feel what they feel about being married. You know, whether or not you tell me I'm married to Suzanne, we believe we are married. Unfortunately, the word marriage does trigger the benefits. So, yes, we are married. I can call myself married. I feel I'm married to Suzanne. I guess if you ask everybody what the meaning is about marriage, we probably would say the same thing.
Then is it about, I mean, it could be hashtag marriage, but is it about marriage for the federal benefits, or do you believe the Hawaii gay community needs to have it called marriage?
For Suzanne and I, it is about the trigger of the federal benefits. That is exactly what it is. For the community and for all the people of Hawaii, it should be called marriage. You know, if marriage, I mean, for the people that, you know, we bump into at the doctor's office, at the bank, all these things, when you say you're married, the perception that everyone has, or the understanding of what that married means, it's not misunderstood. If we are called civil union, it causes them to start to think, okay, now civil unions, what does that mean? That means they get some of these and some of those. When you come up and you say you're married, that automatically triggers an idea or a perception by people of what that entails.
Okay, for interest of time, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Representative Ward for another testifier. Representative Bellotti.
If Suzanne Young and Tanbry Young and Shylar could come forward, please. And this is going to be very brief, and it's along these lines of beneficiaries. You know, I do want folks to know out there that we are listening, and that this issue about Native Hawaiian rights has actually been very disconcerting to me. So I kind of want to unpack some of the I think misconceptions that have been out there about this section 572 C, which is with respect to presumptions of parentage. So I just want to understand, the three main programs for Native Hawaiian beneficiaries that we're concerned with are KSBE, DHHL, and OHA, correct?
Correct.
And all three of those Native Hawaiian programs, in order to become a beneficiary, I've tried to look up and see what their steps are. You guys have been through that as a Native Hawaiian family. What are the things that you have to prove to be able to benefit, to get to be beneficiaries of these programs?
With Kamehameha, they have the Ho'oulu Hawaiian Data Center. It's required that you show biological. So Shylar applied for Kamehameha. She tested on Saturday for 9th grade. What we had to put in there was Tanbry as the biological, and even though I'm Hawaiian, I'm a co-parent adoption on the birth certificate, but that has no bearing for the Kamehameha application. It was biological for Tanbry, and we're registered through the Ho'olu Hawaiian Data Center, which goes through the verification.
For DHHL and OHA, have you registered for any of those, and do you know what the criteria are to be able to qualify as a beneficiary for those programs?
We registered with OHA to do the ancestry for the Kawinoa and all of the other Kanai'olavalu. And with all of those, it is blood, biological, natural parent. Those are the things. You can find it on the website. It's not hard. All of their criteria is there. None of it is just purely what is on your birth certificate.
And the same for DHHL because of the blood quantum
Blood
qualification.
quantum.
Thank
It's
you.
very specific on DHHL that it's blood.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, Representative Har?
Madam Chair, point of clarification. At 9:49, you actually hit the gavel and you said we are adjourned. So I just want to make sure, for the record, are we actually back in? What exactly are we doing with the hearing? Are these people who are testifying, is their testimony part of the record?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you were literally, when you say you were joking,
Yeah,
you were
I was
not,
actually
you did not,
joking.
in fact, adjourn the hearing.
Right.
Okay.
And
So
my apologies to Representative Ward. That was just.
I just want to make sure for, the process sake. Okay,
Madam
so
Chair,
we
it was a good
it was a
April Fool.
recess. It was a recess.
Accepted.
You meant to say recess. Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
I didn't even mean to say recess. I just wanted to throw my gavel at him. And it accidentally hit the block. Okay. Okay, so can we move on? Thank you, Representative Park, for that clarification.